Yeah, it's been a month and a half since I've filmed. I'm Emily C., Eclectic Possessions. This is a podcast about cross-stitching and whatever else I decide to ramble about. I noticed a lot of people are introducing that way, and I kind of get in the rut where I feel like I'm talking to my friends and it's the same people every week, but I'm sure that there are new people. So hello. It is a dreary, overcast, gloomy day here in Georgia. And I'm fine with that, but it's not great for filming. But for the first time in a month and a half, I kind of feel energized to film. So we're doing it. Good lighting or not. I have a lot to show you. A lot of projects. I have the end of Sampler September, all of Dark October, and another new start. I have some other stuff to talk to you guys about. So we're just going to jump in there. I'm out of practice. I'm probably going to say a lot. I'm not going to apologize. It is what it is. Hair's in a ponytail. I put on a little bit of makeup for you guys. I'm working on skincare. That's one of the things that I might talk to you guys about. I've got a new tattoo. This talking board planchette. See, it's peeling right now. It's not perfect. I did this as part of a charity event at my tattoo shop. And you know, the thing with flash and charity events is your tattoo is as good as who does it and how much they are feeling like tattooing that day. And I really feel like the guy that did mine, who has never tattooed me before, really didn't want to be there. I bruised more than I've ever bruised before. He was really rough on my arm, and it's not perfect. So I'm telling myself it's a good starting point for my regular tattoo guy to touch it up and maybe add a little flourish, because it's just a basic flash. Let's get started on whips. We're going to jump in. So I do have a program on my phone now that will allow me to edit. So as I see myself approach my 30-minute mark, when I know that my phone is going to shut off, we're probably going to pause and start again. But we'll see if we can't get done between now and then. You guys will remember the end of the last video, I had started this beautiful piece in Emptage 1845. This is by Milady's Needle. Kind of a lesser known designer that shouldn't go unrecognized. Like I said before, this design here has never gotten a lot of hype, which I think is kind of sad because it's absolutely beautiful. So let's give it some hype, guys. This is a piece of material that I overdyed myself because I had ordered some linen that I didn't like. I'm not a big cinder backer. I am more of a fixer-upper. So you can see some dangling threads there. I like this piece a lot. I think it's really pretty. I'm doing a conversion myself because the DMC that is called for, the designer must be going by the threads on the back of the piece. Oftentimes those are the ones, as many of us know, don't get a lot of sun, don't get a lot of aging and damaging. So they're more vibrant and probably what the little girl that originally stitched it chose. I like the antique one. So as I go, I'm looking at this front cover and saying, that looks like DMC so-and-so, and trying it out. We're going to make a stack over here. What is this? I also started Jungle Igloo with Michelle Bendy and Mischievous Stitches. Jungle Igloo is also Miss Marianne Bourne's. This is a Hands Across the Sea. Gorgeous piece. I've always loved it, but I've always not liked how bright white I felt like that the fabric was it was stitched on. This is the smallest start ever, because we started this on October 1st, and we all know October for me is Dark October stitching. So this is just one day of stitching. Not enough to really get excited about. Can we touch this screen and maybe focus better? This fabric, what is this fabric? Pretty sure this is a Color and Cotton. I think this is Color and Cotton Havana. Gorgeous neutral. Gorgeous. And then all the colors. This is just DMC, but this is going to be stitched in. This is the DMC that is called for. I think I changed 2 colors. I changed the blue to 924, and I changed one that was a pink, or I felt like was supposed to be pink, I think to 3772. It was calling for more of a tan. I know, I'm putting pink in instead of taking pink out. What has the world come to? I've got to get some more work on this. It always makes me sad when I just barely get something started. This could really use a bigger bag. I don't like to have a lot of things with barely any stitching. That gets us into Dark October. Love this designer, absolutely hate their pictures. This is not Forgotten Farm. It came like this from where I ordered it. She obviously prints on a home printer. That's fine. I'm glad to keep the cost down. But you would almost have to see a model stitch of this to really love it. I can see me finishing this one fairly soon. This is on Picture This Plus Ren. This is with threads that I'm choosing. I only have this bottom corner really to go. It's really wrinkled because I've been working on this one for a couple of years. And it's been folded exactly the same, which I don't think you're really supposed to do, but it'll be done soon. Maybe I should knock that one out before the end of the year. This is a new start. I started this at the beginning of Dark October. This is a current fave. And you can tell that I put it back in here. Wow, Emily. I was just like, I'm ready to move on, and just dumped this in here. Please feel free to tell me in the comments below if I'm not the only one that does that. Sometimes you're just like, I'm moving on. However, whatever mess this is in the night that I decide that I'm done, it's just getting shoved in this bag. This is the beginning of Gold Tide Welcome by Plum Street Samplers. This gorgeous piece of fabric that it is on is a piece of Properly Primitive by Under the Sea Fabrics. And trying to find, this is what it'll look like. Yes, a giant solid stitching house. Really excited about this one. It's going to look amazing on this fabric. This is one I would love to see on my walls. And that's really all that I'm about right now. What do I want to actually see in my house? I really, guys, I really made a huge mess out of this. Unbobbinating DMC, whatever, it's just getting squashed right back in there. Some of you, like McKenna, are probably rocking back and forth at the moment. This is one of my favorite bags that I've made myself. This is Black Cat Hollow by Barbara Anna Designs. I pulled this one back out this year, and I'm really happy with what I'm getting done. We're just going to show you this. This is a piece in 3 sections. It was sold in 3 parts. You've got part 1, which is done. Part 2, which I got a tremendous... Did I finish it? I think I finished part 2 this time. Yeah, it's been so long since I filmed. That's sad. So I'm done with part 1 and part 2. And I just need to... I've brought down the stitching on the part 3 on one side. I've just got to get that one done. That's another one that I've got to get done. And I'll have a lot of this murky fabric left over on this one. Olivia and Letitia, both of you have ordered like specialty sized frames online and framed your own stuff, and it has looked spectacular. I need you to remind me or tell me where you got those from. Because some pieces I'm getting professionally framed. His Eyes on the Sparrow, I'm not doing that. Professionally framed. Black Cat Hollow, when it gets done, I can do that myself. This is Witches of Salem by The Primitive Needle. This is a printout, so it's in black and white, but I can't tell a lot from it. But I will show you what I got done this time, a good bit more done. I got that house in, got some of the names in. Really like this. I have a print that Jim and I bought in Salem when we went, that we got framed, and it's going up the stairs there, and I would love to finish this, and it has all of the names listed. It's basically just like an old-fashioned, old-timey looking memorial piece, but I would love to stitch this and put it with it. I'm doing that with Kelly Ann. She and I are stitching that one together. This is Neighbors. This is Away We Ride. We've all seen it a million times. I got a little bit more done on it this time. Not a tremendous amount. I feel like that's what I keep saying. But I got enough to show. These wrinkles, man. It's really nice. It's going to be a nice piece too. But yet again, I feel like this is one, once I get it done, that it's going to be of reasonable enough size. I could probably frame this myself. We'll see. I'm also not super motivated to finish projects. Stitching, yes. I can motivate myself to finish up some stitching. But some actual, like, crafting projects, getting things framed and repairing things. I have an old trunk in the bedroom upstairs where I was opening the drawer and it stuck, so it pulled loose one piece of wood. Jim's home. I'm filming.
Hi, honey.
Let's pause. Okay, we're back. Sorry for the interruption. I thought that Jim was going to his brother's to watch football, but apparently not. So I am going to finish this up so he can watch football down here. The things we do. But what I was saying is, I'm not good at finishing projects. A piece of wood came loose from the trunk upstairs. All it's going to take is a little wood glue, pounding it back in, maybe clamping it. Is it done? No. It's on my ever-lengthening to-do list. And we move on. Next I have Lazy Bear Mountain. If you are a fan of Michelle Bendy, you will see that she just bought the model stitch for this from Kathy Barrick's website, and it's freaking amazing. This is one that I'm stitching on Picture This Plus Shale. It looks a little bit more lavender in person. On the video and in pictures it shows up kind of gray, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's kind of a frothy, browny, gray, lavendery color. It's really hard to explain. But this is where we are so far. I'm getting there. It will take up most of this. I was telling Michelle Cozy Egg the other day, this is one where when I finish it, some of the oranges are so bright, and this fabric is such an odd color that as the years go on and I'm working on it, I think this may be one where when I'm done, it gets a real quick tea dip to just kind of age it. I'm not scared to dip something with this much stitching in it. It wouldn't be the end of the world. But that's that. Happy with this one. And I know I was watching Brenda and Laura, and they were talking about how one of the rules is you have to fold your stuff to the inside. I'm a constant breaker of that rule. I like to see it. I like to see it when I open it up, and I figure I'm putting it in a protective sleeve. So if it's going to get in through this, it's probably screwed anyway. What is this? This is a new start. This is a piece of fabric that I dyed myself. I bought it thinking it was going to be one thing. And I believe this one was lavender when I started. I took some, being all kinds of noisy upstairs. I took some pearl gray and taupe colored Rit and dyed it and got this nice grungy, it's kind of like murky, but less mottled. Can you hear that? This is Halloween at Hollyberry Farm. I love my husband. I love my husband. I love my husband. Repeat it like a mantra until you believe it. Halloween at Hollyberry Farm. Gonna be gorgeous. Olivia completed this. She is my driving force. Olivia, I actually go back to your Instagram a lot and look at your finished framed one, just because I think it's that beautiful. I'm doing that in the called for threads. It's all exactly as called for. Pretty damn excited about it. We have quite the stack of ones that we've already gone through. That moves us on to one that I started with Jessie Marie. This is our Party Like It's 1872 style. Jessie really wanted a piece that was from the year 1872 because that's the Virginia Tech year of founding, I believe. I was looking for the right word, foundation year. This is just a beautiful piece. It's one I already owned. I believe I showed it, and that made her go, oh, that one's 1872. So it has a gorgeous verse. Teach me to live, that I may dread the grave as little as my bed. Teach me to die, that so I may rise glorious at the awful day. This is one that everyone is welcome to join in on. I know a couple of people have ordered it since we started it, like Judy Cash. So join in with us. We're going to be working on it for a while. In fact, Jessie only got a very small start because she only had a couple of the called for threads. This is where I am. These are the called for classic colorworks. It's charted for the wool. Mine are the cotton equivalents of the wool that's called for. And it actually tells you because the wool comes in different lengths than the cotton. And they were gracious enough, Marywind Farm was, to tell you it calls for this many in the wool, but if you get the cotton, you'll want to get this much. Pretty good assistance there. I'm going to keep working on this because I'm a little obsessed with it. Sometimes I get into the groove where it's all about starting new things and all the shiny things, and then sometimes I'm like, I just want to be monotonous. That's all I want. I just want to be monotonous and work on the same thing. One thing I really want to be monotonous with, and I did not bring it down here. I haven't started it yet, and that's one reason I didn't bring it down. Brenda and Laura also said that it's the law that we all have to have a red sampler going at all times. I don't have one. So I picked one from my stash that I'm going to do entirely in red, and I found a red thread that I'm just in love with. It's Classic Colorworks Campfire, which is kind of a red with an orangey glow to it. Like it is campfire. But I'm stuck on choosing a fabric is why I haven't started it. I want it to be something very, very simple. And I don't have a lot of very, very simple fabric. So I gotta work on that. I also am already planning ahead for a start for my birthday. And I know a lot of people really enjoyed the goat load sal last year. So I'm trying to come up with exactly what I want to do. There's, they just came out with Rack Stack, which I think is just as hilarious as Goat Load. But I also kind of want to do, what is it? It's a Scarlet House piece. Salem, I should be more prepared. Salem Hill, Salem Sampler. It's the one with the house and the cat in front of it. And it's not huge, but it's not small. It's like, you can make a little pillow out of it. If I can figure out how I'll insert a picture here. I'm thinking that's what I want to do for a birthday style. And any Scarlet House or similarly looking thing, join in with it. You know, do your thing. So that's where I'm at. I know a lot of people said last time that they really liked that I mentioned it before the new year because they plan ahead. Like starting now, they're already planning their 2020 plans. I get that. I'm spending less on stitching stash right now and more on personal things for myself. So we're going to kind of dive into that section now. I went through a period of time in the last month or so where I got really depressed to the point where you know how you get really depressed and you don't see it yourself? Like it's somehow you're not identifying it. Maybe you're just saying, well, I'm just really tired, that's why I'm sleeping all the time. It came to the point where Jim sat down with me and said, something's wrong. Are you sure you're okay? And it made me realize that if he's saying something, you know what, he's right. Something's wrong. So I've been digging myself out of that, and that may be one reason I didn't feel like filming. I've been trying to better self-care and getting lots of kitty love. All the purrs. So one of the things that I've been doing is working on, Nicole, this is for you, is working on my outward appearance. I mean, today isn't a really good example because I need to wash my hair tonight. And, oh, here's a good place to insert. If I ever say I'm going to bleach my hair blonde again, I need for all of you, individually, independently, to reach out to me and say, while it looked amazing, Emily, remember how much it damaged your hair and how unhappy you were afterwards. Because even though, like, there's a section here and a section back here that's really broken. So it's just going to have to grow. I was going somewhere with that. Oh, so yeah, it's just pulled back right now because it needs extra attention to look decent. And that wasn't happening today. So I've been wearing it like in a bun, and which isn't helping the breakage. But, So I've been trying to focus more on my appearance and feeling good about myself. And you know, that helps. It really helps. I told my coworkers that I was going to start with Operation Stop Dressing Like I'm Homeless. I had lots of pants that I had gained weight. I mean, shit, guys. It's apparent. You guys can see it. But I gained weight, nothing fits, and instead of telling myself that I'm going to miraculously lose 50 pounds like by next month, I just needed to stop wearing things that didn't fit, buy some things that look nice, and made me feel good about myself. So I have a good friend locally, and she always dresses so nice, and it feels like every time I would ask her, oh, that's so cute, where did you get it? She would say it came in a Stitch Fix box. So I thought, I'm going to bite the bullet, I'm going to go in, I'm going to check this out. And it turns out a good number of my friends do it. And I mentioned it on Instagram, and a few of you have already signed up through my link, which I appreciate, because if you are wanting to try it and you don't know anyone else that is, if you sign up through me, it gives me a $25 credit, and it gives you a $25 credit if you actually follow through with it and purchase something. But I've gotten 2 boxes so far, and I really like it. Like these jeans that now are covered in buster hair. These came from Stitch Fix, and if I do say so myself, these look kind of nice. So these are Liverpool jeans, and I really like them. They've also sent me some cords. They've sent me a handbag, several tops, a cardigan, and as of after this last box, I realized that I didn't appropriately have my Pinterest board linked to it. So now my stylist can see my Pinterest board, and I'm really excited about my December box. So I think it's going to be full of things that are really me. Anyway, if you're interested in it, it's wizardry, it's magic. Everything I have gotten fits. This shirt is actually from Amazon. This isn't from the brand Daily Ritual on Amazon. But if you're interested in trying it, I'll put the link below. No pressure if you were thinking of doing it anyway, or you're just curious. And I'll put some other links below too. It'll be fun. I'm also, I just got back from a work conference, and it was this swanky hotel that my agency put me up in, because it's where the conference was being held. And it was so nice. But one of the things that made it so nice is the bathroom was super nice. So all of the nice lighting, all of the magnification mirrors, and I started looking at my face and my pores and just how gray and dry and sad my skin looked. And immediately started trying to figure out how to make that better and how to feel better about myself. And that's also going to include eventually me trying to lose some weight. But I mean, you guys have been watching me for a while. You know that I gain the same weight and lose the same weight like many of us do over and over and over. Whatever. I don't let it get to me. But I do want to establish a good skincare routine that makes me feel proud of my skin. I had really bad acne as a teenager, and I still have the scarring on my back and my shoulders because I had body acne pretty bad, and still occasionally get it. My face doesn't break out as much, but it's still not great. So I bought a few new products. I bought some resurfacing pads with glycolic acid, which I'm pretty impressed by. Lots of different brands, but the ones I bought were by Bliss. I bought this, which I tried once last night, which is supposed to be like a miracle product. It's pretty good. Do not buy one this large. I don't know what I was thinking. This will probably last me over a year. Buy a smaller one. You only use a tablespoon or less. This is freaking 2 pounds. guess that's it. I'll put a link to a video that I watched about face care that just blew my mind, because we, especially as Americans, I guess don't know what the hell we're doing. Yeah, so I guess that's it. This was rambly. This was weird. This showed a lot of cross stitch and a lot of other stuff. But yeah, we're done. And I'm going to get back to stitching and let Jim watch some football. Bye, guys.